today's word vitamin, I want to have a look at the word excuse. Now, excuse is spelt the same way as excuse, and they're two very different emotive states. When we excuse ourselves and sit something out and say, look, thanks for the invitation, I'm not able to make it, we're in a place of self-respect and empowerment. We excuse ourselves with grace. But an excuse is usually a fear-driven, people-pleasing response. Sometimes our excuses, not always, but sometimes our excuses are, and the old classic one, my dog ate my homework. They're not always based in our authentic truth. Sometimes they're an opportunity to get out of doing something that we're too awkward to own up that we don't want to do. And the old, dog ate my homework excuses, you can feel when somebody's not being authentic, when they're just making excuses, oh, but I can't, if only, I should have, shouldn't have. And again, another thing is when we're using excuses, we've usually got a lot of shoulding going on. God, I should do this, I said I would, I committed, and it gets involved in people pleasing. And there are many people that overcommit themselves. They write checks with their ego and their emotional energy that their heart can't cash. And, I do have a few girlfriends that overcommit a lot. They say that they want to do things and they mean it when they say it, but you just know, and it's sad, but with some people, and you might have some of these people in your social circle, that you can't rely on them. It's not that they're, not people that are good-hearted, but they overcommit, they bite off more than they can chew, and they can really follow through. So when it comes to this word, excuse, the softer version of it is to excuse. And it's a more disciplined version because instead of excuses in why we can't do something, we can give ourselves permission to excuse ourselves and just say thank you. This is too soon for me. It doesn't feel comfortable for me. I just don't have the emotional fuel for that. Thank you, but I'll have to decline. And in that place, when you tell your authentic truth, you'll find that, even if people don't want to accept your rationale, you can't argue with the fact that, look, I haven't got enough fuel in the tank, or it just doesn't suit me. And I often say, if you've got someone in your midst that's making up a lot of excuses, or you hear yourself making up excuses and trying to invent reasons why you can't do things, it's a little bit of a red flag. One, that you're overcommitting. Two, that you're not backing yourself with your truth in giving yourself permission as an adult to just say no. You're not owning your yes and your no's. But also, too, you're letting somebody else dictate the pace of your life. And in doing that, that's just not a sustainable way of living. You'll end up resenting them. An apple ripens in its own time. And we all process emotion, use our emotional fuel, and distribute preferences on what we do want to do and what we don't want to do in our own way. And as an adult, you're entitled to do that. So if excuses are a problem in someone you care about's life, maybe you're pushing them. Maybe your pace is too much for them, too fast for them. And often too, look at introverts and extroverts. They don't pace in the same way socially and emotionally. And if you're the one making up excuses, it's a red flag for you that perhaps you're giving your power away and you need to get back in the driver's seat of your life. Anyway, hope some of that was helpful. Mwah! Lots of love. See you soon. Bye.